Afternoon, family and friends. Little video because I don't like videoing myself because I'm old and gray. But anyway, this is a good one because it's an update and ain't done anywhere else, so we're going to do it. But anyway, actually a good day for me. Don't mind the bloodshot eyes. That's an optical illusion. Got to be a camera issue or something. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, kind of an update. I didn't video a lot of stuff. I wish I would have. However, there was a lot of cussing and swearing going on, so it wouldn't have been appropriate for children, so we didn't quite do that. However, just want to say we got to start with some kudos going out. Number one, obviously, I got to thank my son for buying me this car. I still don't know how to thank him. I won't know how to thank him probably till I die. This is the best present thing I ever got. Don't want to get teary-eyed. Anyway, we were doing some work. I've been doing work, seen a few videos. However, good with mechanical stuff, not real good with interior stuff. And a shout out to my daughter-in-law, Miss Nikki. She was going to fix the interior issues that came with this car before I even knew it existed. And I'm going to tell you right now, Nikki, be thankful you didn't even touch it. Just like everything else with the car, this guy, no clue. I won't blame it all on him. Maybe he got a bad headline or whatever the problem was. You will see after. Anyway, with that being said, I wanted to throw that out to Nikki because she was going to do it for me, and I would have appreciated it, but she'd have killed herself. And I wouldn't have blamed her. Anyway, Nikki, thank you for the thought. You didn't want to do it. Anyway, on the interior thing, my brother came up from North Carolina. Anybody that knows him and the family and may not know him as well as I do, because he's my brother, he is a stickler for perfection. He was a carpenter and done finishing carpeting in million-dollar homes in Florida, crown molding, cabinets, stairways, I mean, you name it, and he was a perfectionist. If you paid him to do a job, it was done right. Way better than some bozo off the street, with a hammer and a screwdriver in his pocket, which irritates him. But he knows that. Anyway, he came up from North Carolina, said he'd help me with the interior, work on the car. I knew I was going to be here a long time. However, I knew he would do a good job. He had an old 73 Firebird. I won't say old. That was immaculate. I wish I'd have seen it in his prime, but I never did. However, I've seen all the pictures, and I know he won't do anything, pardon my French, half-assed. So anyway, that being said, I really got to say, spent 2.5 days out in the garage with him doing this headliner, which, both Nikki, you guys saw, I figure, oh no, just glue it up and you're done. No, we pulled all the seats out, front, back, both door cards. I mean, we had to do everything because this guy did not do a very good job. We won't blame it all on him. As we saw as we dug into it, the headliner was probably a cheap one. Everybody knows you get what you pay for. They have steel rods run across the ceilings of these old cars, hold the headliner in place, and you stretch from rod to rod, and you can get all the wrinkles out. We found out why the front was done and the back wasn't, because we don't think the headliner was cut the right way. Excuse me. One rod between the other, the distance wasn't right. There was no way you were going to ever stretch that out and get the wrinkles. out of it. However, we ended up tearing the whole back seat out, both door cards. I mean, everything. And like I said, big shout out to him, because I told him, I said, if it had been me, if you ever watched Pole Barn Garage, I'd have started shooting self-tapping screws in to hold it up, because I'm not an interior guy. But on that note, he done an excellent job with what we had to work with. So I want to show that. But then again, I'm back to you, Nikki. Thank you very much, but you'd have hated it. Anyway, so we done that. He left this morning. He helped me just plop the seat back in because we had the interior all done. And I said I would take care of that. And I did. I went out this morning, bolted the seat back in, seat belts, and when you see the inside of the car, forgive me, I haven't cleaned up the interior yet. That's going to take a while. We got dirt, sand, crap all over the rug. However, that was all done. I got the seat in. It's like, yeah, this old poor puppy ain't moved in a few days. I got to go for a ride. But I get out there and I said, no, this ain't right. My son needed to see the stance, and so did I. So we got the front end all done. Well, actually, not all done. While my brother was here, we jacked it up and wiggled shit around. Everything's good on the front end. I've replaced almost everything. However, when it comes to the steering linkage, I tried to check it. I knew there was a wiggle, but I couldn't see it. So he wiggled. I got to get a center link, and it'll be ready for alignment. And then she'll be good to go. The front end will be all done. Anyway, I go out there and I'm like, okay, seat's in. I said, I want to go give her a bath. Been sitting out there by the garage, dirt all over it, sawdust from the carpenter bees. So I said, well, I'm going to take her in and give her a bath. Give her a little maiden voyage thing with the new suspension. But I said, wait a minute, I can't do that. I said, I got to put the back springs in it. I got to get that ride height right. Can't do the lowering thing, which there was 2-inch lowering springs in there. So I went out there, decided to do that, and I didn't film any of that either. But I said, well, this should be gravy. Just jack it up, pop the shock off, pull the old spring out. That actually went well. It worked like it should. However, I get under there. Previous video, you saw me doing the exhaust. And I had it all bolted up. I get in there, and the driver's side exhaust is hanging down about 8-10 inches. I'm like, what's going on with this? Should have took a picture. The brand new exhaust hanger that I put in there, bought it at Advanced Auto. While it was sitting in the garage, the rubber grommet ripped right out of the rubber, and it was found down. It failed before it even left the garage. So, being the old school guy I am, and didn't have another hanger on hand, and I had plans, it's wired up. It'll be fine. I'll get new ones. Anyway, now to see the car. And, God, love this thing. Anyway. All right. Bear with me. Well, this is Bowman Legacy, so you got to see this. Here's our little new buddy. Shivers, say hi, buddy. Roy and Karen needed a home for our buddy. His name is Shivers because, as you can see, he is scared of everything. You come in the house, you think he'd bite your head off. However, that's not it. But he's a good dog. And we're giving him time to adapt, because I know how that takes 2, 3, 4 weeks. But from a pup, 6 months, scared of everything, he sits and shivers. So that's why Roy named him Shivers. Anyway. All right. Now, this one's for you. When I say, yeah, baby, look at that stance now with the springs in there. New front end. No saggy hiney. I can't do that crap. Look at that. And I only have 50 pounds of air in the air shocks. Oh, Nikki, that's for you, so it don't have the big rake and looks like a retard. That baby looks nice. Look at that. Still don't know how to thank you for this. Makes my day every time I look at it. Apologize for the noise traffic. I live on 98. All right. So I got the springs in. Haven't done the trailing arms, but that'll be gravy. Oh, give her a bath. She looking sweet. Anyway, got to show you this. Look at that. No drooping crap back there, but you can see the wrinkles. There was no way getting out of that. That one little screw at the top of the sail panel, we had to put that in because he didn't cut them right. I'm not going to get in there and show you all the other imperfections. Let's walk around her. Look at that. Boog, not the belle of the ball? Yes, she is. Chrome shines up nice. Get a good paint job on her. She's going to be beautiful. Anyway, oh, remember that where the door card was dragging? Right there. Luke glued that and sewed that. Couldn't quite do anything with this. And that's a production piece that runs up there. I'll have to buy a new one to replace that. Anyway, look at that side. Yep, you can see. Front end, they didn't do a bad job. Nice and straight. But between those two rails, there's nothing you can do because the rods go in there. And there's no stretching. So that ain't the prettiest thing in the world. But it's all up there. And I have no complaints. I'm going to let the sun beat on it. She might shrink. I might get in there with a heat gun that I bought. See if we can stretch it out. But 2.5 days, guys. Farting with that, trying to do anything and everything we could. That's how bad it was. Which is nobody's fault. I mean, that's just the way it came. Oh, don't look at all the dirt in there. I did not clean the interior. Hey, Bug, look at that. New tack. Look at it, sitting at $1,000, but when you turn it on, it does go to 0. What's the odds, right? I get one of these weirdo tacks. Anyway, got the gauges down there. Oil pressure gauge was a little too big. Well, I messed that up when I ordered it. But she works. Everything good. She looking good. But I had to make this because, oh yeah, look at that stance. You can't beat that. Look at that baby. Now she looking like Malibu she should have been back in the day. Took care of that guy's problems. Anyway, love this car. She's running like a dream. I don't know if they did anything to it, but Boog, I'm going to tell you. I think a little more than 170 in there. She scoots pretty good. I was going to do a burnout, but there was no way I could film it. And I was letting her warm up. And I'm old. Anyway. Look at that. Sitting in the yard where she belongs. Love you guys, and I appreciate this more than you'll ever know. And still got a lot to do. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's back up. Now you probably won't see it in there. I can see it. Camber is way off on this side. Tilted in too much. The toe out is really bad. Yeah, you can't see. Excuse me, you can't see it in the pictures, but it's really bad. After putting all the new pieces on it, that's why I know it doesn't drive right. And it still shakes at about 55, 60. At about 70 or 80, it shakes too. That's about as fast as I went with it. just because of that. I'm going to get a new center link for it. It's got a little bit of a wobble in it. Me and Luke looked at it. He's like, oh, that ain't bad. And I said, well, I don't care. We're going to put a new one in. And I got to find some place that knows how to align old cars. And have it aligned, and I need them front tires rebalanced. The way it drives, it's got to be the tires. Just the way it drives, I'm just saying, it's nothing with the front end. They're just got to be way out of balance. But I'm going to get that done. Get a center link put in it. But I had to drive it. Boog, you got it. It's the driver, and like you said, and that's me. I'm going to drive this baby. And I hadn't drove it in quite a while, and I wanted to drive it. So I put the springs in it to get the right height. I only got 50 pounds of air in the shocks. And I brought it up to about even stance. So it doesn't look like Joe Dirt, Nikki. It's just normal, the way I want it. Oh, Boog, tires don't rub on the front no more with the new stuff. No rubbing in the back, so we should be good. I shouldn't even have to buy new rims, different sizes or anything. She does. She runs good. She purring down the road at 55 at about, not quite $2,000. So I know she got a steep gear in it, probably 273s. All that'll change later. We'll put a big motor in her posi and we'll get her, she might sing a little more. But anyway, got it. You said it, and I love it. It's going to be a driver. Anyway, I wanted you guys to see that. I'm sorry I didn't video any of that. Putting that headliner together, that's boring. Putting springs in is boring. However, I should have took a picture of that stupid broken hanger. I still can't believe that. Never even made it out of the garage and it broke. They don't make stuff like they did in the old days. So, instead of going Advanced Auto or something, I'll go into Daubers. They have good stuff. I'll get a good hanger and put on there. Made me so nervous that one broke, I put wire around the other one just so I could drive into the car wash and back. I was afraid it was going to fall off because it's only attached at the motor and back at the hanger. So if it breaks, it might be dragging on the road, and we don't want that. But haven't done any updates. I was sick for 3 days. Oh my God, I just love it, dude. I still don't know how to thank you for this. She gonna be a babe. Got the tack in there. I think it's right. It was at like 400. The minute I hit the key, it went to 0. So I think it's accurate. I was just watching it. I think it's accurate. I just thought it was odd that it come out of the box at 400 RPM. Anyway, she's good. Oil pressure with the caved in oil pan don't seem to be a problem. I'm not going to say it's great, but it's not bad. When she gets warmed up at operating temperature, sitting idling at 600, she's only pulling about 15 pounds oil pressure. But for a 350 small block Chevy, as long as she got 10 pounds of pressure for each 1,000 RPM, she's a runner. And when you step on the gas, not even $2,000, she's up to 35 and 40. So the motor is going to be good till I decide what else is going to do it. It only got me a tripod. I was going to actually try to set it on the road and do a burnout, because I think she'll do a burnout now. Haven't tried it. I'm old. Anyway, guys, love you guys. Appreciate it. That's just an update of what we done while Luke was here. Looks good, right? All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.